OSU got out-coached, outplayed.
Lucas Raymond is also from Sweden, so he's an anytime goal scorer for one of those 2 games they have in Sweden. So I don't know which one it is, but it's going to be one of the 2, so lock
This
that.
doesn't make any sense. I was pissed. Fumble recovery happened. I'm going to be honest, I turned off the game. I checked back in. That was a fine.
Defense here, baby. Come on.
They're walking up to the table blind. I'm betting fucking blind.
Welcome back to Sharps Sports Network. The boys are back on another Saturday morning to hit you with all of the NFL free agency that you have been craving. We also have a UFC recap and a preview for tonight, as well as some picks as well. We got 3 out of the 4 fellas because Jesse's getting his hair tied. We have Mick Dilly, we have Snoop Luke, and we have Tycho ready to break down what was an extremely crazy week in the world of the NFL.
Yeah, an interesting first 3 days of free agency. You'd think that they were only given 3 days, in all honesty,
Right.
with how many different players were on the move. There's some players that aren't even available to do any free agency talks or anything until June 1st, I believe, or June 3rd, one of the 2. So we're not even into the real thick of it yet, but already off the rip, we have so much to talk about. So it's going to be weird next year already.
Yep.
Yeah.
Football is shaping up to be very differently. So let's just get right into it. We're going to start off with exactly where everything started to happen, which was exactly 10 minutes after we stopped filming our last podcast. That was when the first piece of news broke. And it was Jerry Jeudy, who was traded from the Broncos over to the Cleveland Browns for a 2024 5th and a 6th round pick. Jerry Jeudy to the Browns, first official big move, before free agency even kicked off.
I think this was good for Cleveland. Obviously, I mean, there's been a minute since there was like a stud wide receiver that was not aging Amari Cooper, who is just pulling out 250-yard games out of his ass, like out of nowhere, and then he has no help. So I think it's great. Only giving up a couple draft picks. Can't complain.
Yeah, I think they got away with a steal there, in my opinion. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, there's some fucking big-ass bird just sitting on the window, and it was freaking me out for a second. But I do think that Cleveland is in a situation where, like you said, they get an aging Amari Cooper, or when they had, OBJ and Jarvis Landry, they were still older as well, and they never can get somebody who's still relatively younger that just has some juice left. So I'm happy that they got Jeudy for that reason. I feel like this is a situation where I can't get too excited.
Also good for Jeudy.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like I can't get too excited.
It's a bad situation.
How Deshaun's going to play, but overall, should be good. Next piece of news that we have is this one was a little bit more expected, but still a record-breaking deal, but nonetheless. Chiefs defensive tackle Chris Jones agreed to a 5-year, $95 million deal, now making him the highest-paid defensive tackle in the league. Are we surprised that he is now the highest-paid defensive tackle in the league?
After everything that happened last year, I think this was the least surprising.
That's exactly
because the Chiefs realized how bad they really do need him. He damn near won that Super Bowl for them, and I think that there's no reason not to pay that man after he did all that.
I agree. Next piece of news, and this is going to be one of the many quarterbacks that have been changed. I believe 17 quarterbacks have currently shopped around through free agency. And the first one to do so was Mr. Mac Jones, traded from the New England Patriots, going over to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he will back up Trevor Lawrence. Patriots fans were actually pissed.
Bro,
Really?
I don't understand why.
The
The end of one of the shittiest eras that you guys have had in how long, and you guys are mad about it. Let it try to be over. I don't even think it's close to over yet. but at least let it try to be over because clearly this experiment did not work.
No, it didn't.
I think there's no reason that he should be a starting quarterback in the NFL. So I'm glad he's a backup. I'm glad he got to go back to Jacksonville
be the
because he
backup
was a
for the next
Jacksonville fan
8
when he was a
years.
little boy. We'll just let him be the Jacksonville backup. He can live out his dream as a backup quarterback.
Correct.
I'm happy for the fans. I'm confused at the fans that don't understand that this is a good thing for the Patriots.
This is a great thing for your franchise. So understand that.
Come on, Bailey Zappi, right?
He's gone too.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Byard has been signed to the Chicago Bears. The former Tennessee Titans safety has been signed on a 2-year, $15 million deal. He went over to the Eagles because he was like, fuck it, I want to be a part of something great. I want to win a ring. And then he went to Chicago. And I'm not going to say that Chicago was trying to build something great because I feel like they always are. But this year, they might actually be getting some pieces. But what I'm going to say there is, for somebody who was so desperate to go to a winning culture, to end up in Chicago is a little ironic to me. That's why
I think I totally understand what you're saying, but because of everything else Chicago has done so far this offseason, I understand why.
That seems very.
The problem
ironic.
is he's
because you
from
want to be in the winning culture. So the next year you play for the Bears. Okay.
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what I mean? My brain has a hard time just wrapping around that one, but
I don't know who's the one that's getting all these free agents to come sit in the room with them, and he's the one convincing them that the Bears are going to be like top dog next year. But whoever that guy is, he's doing a really good job.
he has a great sales pitch because he's gotten a couple people.
Whatever he's been saying, it's been working.
Yeah, 100%.
So either they keep telling everybody that they're going to get to work with Caleb Williams, or they keep telling everybody they're trading that pick and don't tell anyone.
Yes. Quickly, we'll go over this one. Baker Mayfield has been signed to a 3-year, $100 million deal. I think it's funny that he's a $100 million quarterback. Tyler thinks he deserved it. Luke, what's your opinion? Okay, so as you can see, he agrees with me.
Go ahead, Luke.
Which player?
Baker Mayfield, do you think
Baker
he's a
Mayfield.
$100 million quarterback?
Honestly, yeah. Like, that dude, everyone was expecting him to not do shit. Especially when he went over there. And then he actually I mean, it wasn't just him, but he carried that team a decent bit and was actually playing out of his mind. He wasn't like playing like his normal Baker where it was like one game
Up,
unreal,
down,
next
up, down.
yeah, it was more consistently good, bad. And
Plus,
yeah.
look at the other crop of quarterbacks in the NFL. There's not that many that are
Tyler.
better than him. That's
Yeah.
my point. That's
I was
why
gonna say-
he's justified.
Once I saw that he's making only, I think it was 270 more, like 100, just $270 more than Geno Smith, I was okay. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
these motherfuckers are all getting overpaid.
You just didn't understand money, is what it is.
I forgot Daniel Jones is still a top 10 fucking highest paid quarterback. I completely forgot all of this. So
Yeah.
people are stupid sometimes. So I guess when you put it like that, it's not much of an overpay for Baker Mayfield. Russell Wilson to the Steelers. I feel like this was kind of the most it's going to happen. Everyone kind of knows it's going to happen. Just waiting for the deal to go through, and it went through. But I'll reveal these two at the same time. Russell Wilson is a Steeler. Kenny Pickett was ready to compete for a position. He saw Russell Wilson come in. His attitude changed. His mood changed. He was pissed, and they sent him to Philly. So Kenny's now in Philly, and Russell is in Pittsburgh.
Okay. I said this yesterday when we talked about it. I don't know why it made me so happy, but it made me extremely happy that Kenny Pickett is the backup in Philly. Because I want nothing more than for the princess child, Jalen Hurts, to have a little injury. And in comes Kenny Pickett for the Eagles. Because that would just throw the Eagles off so much that I I would be ecstatic. So I'm happy that he is one of the options for quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, who are good everywhere else except for if Jalen Hurts goes down. On the flip side, poor Steelers fans, man. I mean, Russell Wilson is fighting to revive his career over here, and he's about to use the Steelers to go, 9-8 again, and just one game over 500. And I mean, I feel bad for Steelers. I don't think this is gonna go well.
Yeah.
I think Russ just needs to stop. I mean,
I told
he's getting
Tyler-
paid the vet minimum. Most of his money's coming from Denver because they just wanted him out so bad. I mean, how does this work out well?
I told Tyler before they signed Russell.
Let's ride.
When you asked me, should they sign him, or like, how do I feel? I go, if they sign Russell Wilson and it's anything more than a 1-year deal, that's their way of saying we are perfectly fine with every year just fighting for Mike Tomlin to stay 500, and that's our goal. We are perfectly okay with every year being 9-8, 8-9, and barely making playoffs and getting that first round elimination for the next 2-3 years, and that's okay. You know. A lot of teams don't want to rebuild, and they're in denial. Tennessee! We'll get there. And that's okay. But you just got to face the facts that sometimes you're not fighting to be a championship-level team. You're just fighting to stay relevant.
Well said.
But I do want to know how you feel, Luke, just because this is still your boy. So do you think he's going to come here and cook like he did in Denver last year, or more like the first year in Denver?
I think it would be so funny if Russell just came in and started cooking, and he kept on his let's ride, and he was riding into the sunset.
You think he's going to be unlimited?
Yeah.
We'll see, man. We'll see. All right, next piece. This one we'll quickly go over again. Just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, okay? Michael Pittman.
Easy.
3-year, $70 million deal, contract extension. Thumbs up? Thumbs up? Luke? Michael Pittman, 3-year, $10 million
Thumbs up
contract
and a
extension.
smile.
Thumbs up from Luke. And a smile. Alrighty. Next piece of news that we have is, forgot about this one. Speaking of it earlier, the Chicago Bears, they're trying to make some moves. They're trying to get some people. One of those players is former Detroit Lions and a Philadelphia Eagles running back, DeAndre Swift. He has been signed to a 3-year, $24 million deal to be paired up with Roschon Johnson.
I have one thing to say and one thing only on this topic, and that is the fact that David Montgomery does not make more than DeAndre Swift, and that is fucking funny. That is fucking funny. Because
Correct.
we know who the better running back is. Stupid Bears.
I think if you're not riding with the Bears at 3-14, don't ride with them when they're 7-10. Okay, that's what I want to. I'm going to say that right now.
Get that out of the way now. Yeah.
Before this year ends, when they're 7-10, I don't want to hear all the hype for the next year. That was last year for this year. We can't play. We don't get to play that game. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. I may have called them a year early.
Yeah, all jokes aside, I don't like how good this team is starting to look.
Yeah.
I've been putting it in Dylan's head the last couple of weeks. I said, don't sleep on the Bears. And Dylan kept going, man, fuck the Bears. Man, no, the Bears suck.
No, because
I was like, Dylan, look at the Bears, bro.
My argument's still valid, though, Tyler.
They're valid. They're valid.
Cannot create false
Until
hype for the
proven
Bears
wrong. I mean, like,
until you
technically,
see
you're right.
A consistent quarterback. You cannot give them false
No,
hype.
they've never, like, even when they've had Justin Fields, who is a good athlete, good quarterback, haven't won games. But now they're putting the team around whoever's about to be quarterback. So
That's true.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, I really may have called them winning the division a year early.
They're a bigger threat than Green Bay or fucking Minnesota is, honestly.
yeah, don't even get me started about Minnesota.
If they have a consistent quarterback next year, they should be a threat to win that division. They should,
Our division's one of the best in the NFL this next year.
which is so weird because it
Wild.
came out of nowhere. Next thing that we have is don't care, do care. Tennessee Titans have signed Tony Pollard to a 3-year deal. Now, this was
Just
pretty...
might as well just mention who else they signed too.
Oh, I was gonna wait.
Might as well.
All right. Well, let me go to
Turn
it.
it. Might as well turn it into your Titans, not waiting to rebuild rant.
All right. Well, after
We know it's coming anyways.
that means I actually got to say like 4 different things at once. Then, so
Here we
just
go.
give
I'm
me
ready.
minutes. I was gonna say you just got to give me the whole floor. All
We're
right.
ready.
I gotta break 4 different things down. So, first we had that Tyjae Spears. Then we also had the Titans signing Mason Rudolph, quarterback, to a 2-year deal. Then we had the Titans signing Calvin Ridley to a 4-year, $92 million deal. And then on top of that, their star player, the reason why most people are currently Tennessee Titans fans that are under the age of 16, Derrick Henry, has signed to the Baltimore Ravens. So, with all of those things being said, here's what I'll put a bow on. This is the team right now that is currently in a rebuild denial. There is nothing wrong with saying that. I just brought it earlier. The Tennessee Titans are a team that currently could have said, Mike Vrabel's gone, we're going in a new direction. They said no. We brought in an offensive guru as our guru, because I ain't going to give this motherfucker too much credit until I see what he does. Come into Tennessee, brings an offensive stack team that you now pretty much have everything that you need if Will Levis is going to be a year 2 quarterback. You just need an O-line. I don't know what to expect now because I was over here thinking we're going to be at the bottom of the division. Henry's going to leave. He's going to go cook with Baltimore. That will be great for him, by the way. Baltimore, Derrick Henry, I love it that it's a rival, but he'll do exactly what he needs to do there. They can't have a running back healthy to save their life. So good for them. But I think that what Tennessee is honestly going to do is they're going to be a competitive team for as long as they possibly can. And that's what I'm going to see. Do I expect them to win the division next year? No. But now I don't expect them to come in last. That's going to be Jacksonville's bitch ass again. So that's what I think they're doing, Tyler. I want to know if you agree with that. I think they're just trying to stay as fucking competitive as physically possible.
100%. I mean, most of these teams are. I mean, that's pretty much exactly what the Pittsburgh Steelers are doing, is it not? So I understand it. But, I mean, I guess I'll just have to throw on my D-Genesee t-shirt that you see behind me from Sharps and just be degenerate and bet on Tennessee to win games because I guess they might have things figured out a little bit if they draft O-line, but they got to draft O-line, right?
Yeah, correct. That is essentially where we're at. How do you guys feel about Derrick Henry to the Ravens?
Look, the 1-2 punch of the option just got so much deadlier in Baltimore. That's really all I took away from that is the 1-2 punch of the read option is insanely deadly. Other than that, the Ravens are still just as good as they were.
Like, you know how in Tennessee, like, especially like on like the 1 to 3 yard line, they would like fake the run with Henry and he would just lob it across the line.
Correct.
That's probably going to be 1,000 times better this upcoming year for Baltimore.
Dude, they could probably make like 5 new plays the NFL has never seen with Lamar and Henry combined.
Yeah, that's scary to think about. Next piece of news that we have, staying in the AFC South, the Jacksonville Jaguars signed Gabe Davis to a 3-year, $15 million deal. This one was one of the most confusing ones because Gabe Davis was somebody that was, his words, not mine, upset when the year ended because he felt like there was a lot of talent that continued to get wasted. And what he meant by that is, because they said what he mean by that is that every year he sees a Super Bowl winning team in Buffalo and then gets mad at the fact that they keep losing. So he said next year his goal is to just surround himself with winners. Now he's a Jaguar. See, the irony here, I'm not just pulling these things out of fucking thin air, man. Like, the comedy is writing itself here. So
I mean, the first one was like, okay, I get it because the Bears are trying to build like a super team in the NFC North. The Jacksonville Jaguar one is really, really throwing me, man.
I'm trying. I'm really trying.
I'm trying to surround myself with winners. By the way, does he know that they also just
Don't win.
they also just got Mac
They
Jones?
lose.
He's now surrounded by Mac Jones. Is he a winner? I don't know about that.
He's not surrounded by winners. He's surrounded by
I
a
don't know.
winner.
I think Gabe Davis. I think
That's a
Gabe Davis
winner.
just. I think Gabe Davis just wants the fucking ball, and I think he's gonna get the ball.
Let's cut the bullshit.
But I
Gabe.
think that he just wants the ball.
You know for a fact that
You're
you
wide receiver 2, and you want
nobody.
to try to be wide receiver 1, but Calvin
Gabe-
Ridley's there,
not there. Ridley,
or no?
not there.
Yeah.
You are the only motherfucker who's
Yeah.
eating
He
these
left.
receptions, Gabe. Just tell us what it is.
Just tell us
We
you want to
know
be wide
what it
receiver
is.
1. Period.
We know. We know. We know Zay Jones is not now wide receiver 1. Okay, we fucking know. Just tell
It
us
ain't a
the
secret.
truth.
You didn't fool anybody.
No.
All right. You didn't fool anybody, Gabe.
You don't
I had
wanna
you on my
lose
fantasy
winners.
team last year. I know exactly what you want. You got mad when you didn't get targets, yada, 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 because there was another wide receiver on the field that was better than you. He was getting your targets. I get it.
Don't tell me.
Now,
you
when they sign
winner.
someone or someone emerges from that locker room that's a rookie that's better than you and you get mad, I don't want to hear it, okay? And I might still draft you because of this, but hey, you're not fooling me.
Bada bing, bada boom. Next piece of news. Going on the defensive side here. We have the Las Vegas Raiders signing defensive tackle Christian Wilkins to a 4-year, $110 million deal. He is now a top 5 paid defensive tackle in the league, and he now gets paired up with Max Crosby because obviously only God knows what's going to happen with Chandler Jones. So, we got Christian Wilkins, Max Crosby.
Look, Christian Wilkins and Max Crosby combined next to each other is a dangerous, dangerous pair. I mean, you saw when we were playing the Raiders last year, obviously, you watch it more intensely when the Lions are playing the Raiders versus all the other Raiders games. But Max Crosby by himself was like, maybe 4 or 5 tackles for loss in that game. Like, he was just a wrecking ball. And now they put Christian Wilkins alongside him. Granted, they may have, in my opinion, overpaid a little bit for him. I think that if they both stay healthy, that Raiders defensive line is going to eat up some quarterbacks next year. It's going to be bad.
I agree.
I know. I agree. I mean,
Christian
Just
Wilkins from the
alone.
Dolphins, man, Luke. You got to be a little sad. There goes your
it's
defense.
tough. It's a little tough, but you gotta go with the punches. You gotta roll, and you gotta thrive. I don't know.
You got to keep your fin up, man.
fins up.
Gotta keep your fins up.
You got to keep your fin up.
Gotta keep your fin on a swivel. Come on now. All right. Next piece of news we have is in the running back world, and it's pretty big news, is we got a 2-for-1 special here. So it all started with the Green Bay Packers signing Las Vegas Raiders running back Josh Jacobs, and everybody goes, Aaron Jones, Josh Jacobs. Hey now, that could be a combo. Aaron Jones, an hour and a half later, was no longer a Green Bay Packer and signed to the Minnesota Vikings. So we have Josh Jacobs as a Packer. We have Aaron Jones as a Viking. Thoughts?
The Vikings will always have at least one good running back.
Consistently, yeah.
They have made sure they will always have at least one top running back, at least like top 10 in the league at all times. They've clearly made that a priority. Ever since they lost Adrian Peterson, they've just been taking any top 10 running back they can find and trying to plug them in and making them into the next Adrian Peterson. It's just not possible. I like Aaron Jones on the Vikings. I don't think it's going to make the Vikings like a bit better contender in the division. They're not even close to a contender. They're obviously bottom of the division for next year, just off the rip before anything happens. So I don't think that's huge in that aspect. I think Josh Jacobs in Green Bay is a little bit bigger of a deal. Josh Jacobs is an absolute workhorse, but I do again think that with Bakhtiari leaving, that offensive line needs to make sure that they're figured out in order for Josh Jacobs to be able to play his best version of his game. Because without that offensive line being figured out, I'm not sure how much of an impact Josh Jacobs can make.
Yeah, all I know is the first game between the Vikings and the Packers, I'm throwing on all of Jones's overs.
Props galore, 2 touchdowns.
I don't think he's a happy camper how that went down.
Fuck no.
He is going to go on a massive revenge game. He's going to be out for blood, and I'm going to win some money off it.
Yeah, for those that don't know, this
Yeah,
is
I'm riding
like
that.
the Jamal Williams of the Lions last year. When the year ended in the playoffs, so they
What?
do the what is it fucking called? Help me out. Where it's the behind the scenes of the NFL, mic'd up, where they do the mic'd up videos on YouTube. The last person for the Green Bay that was mic'd up the whole game was Aaron Jones. They end the game. They walk off the field. Aaron Jones stands in the field and goes, "You probably saw this clip. It went viral. We weren't even supposed to be here, man. We weren't even supposed to be here. It's going to make it that much better when we have the squad next year. And we'll be back." He's got tears in his eyes. And we'll be back. And he walks off the field. He's now no longer a Green Bay Packer. So he is pissed, and Packers fans are pissed because he was their Jamal. He was their guy where if they make it to the promised land, we want him to be the guy who's bringing us there. And now he's a Viking, and he's on their rival.
Pain.
So,
Pain.
you know what I mean? I do feel bad for him. Not for Packers fans, but I do feel bad for him. As far as Josh Jacobs goes, your big reason for doing this was Aaron Jones last year, the year before that, and the year before that can't stay healthy. He's had 3 straight years, and he can't stay healthy a full year. So if you bring Jacobs in and he gets a big injury or some shit, and then you're just relying on A.J. Dillon, who took the league minimum pay cut just to stay a Packer, and you guys could keep all the fucking cap space that you have, then we'll see what happens. So
Good
you
luck,
better
Charlie.
be healthy. That's what I got to say.
And good luck, Charlie.
Yeah. Next piece, Kirk Cousins. 4-year deal
Dog.
to the Atlanta Falcons.
Who are winning that division, by the way, as long as Kirk Cousins doesn't fucking tear his
Yeah.
ACL again.
Yeah, it is a $180 million contract that includes a $50 million bonus. Kirko,
This man Kirk just knows how to get paid.
always stays getting paid.
He never gets a bad contract.
Nope.
Every contract Kirk Cousins has gotten since he's gotten off his rookie deal has been just finessing the NFL for as much money as he can get out of these teams. And I applaud him for it. This man is 36 years old and signs a deal till he's 40 worth $180 million. Respect, Kirk. By the way, when I told y'all on the last, I think it was 2 pods ago, that his wife was looking at houses in Atlanta, it was over.
Oh, yeah. That
We already
on
knew.
the coffin.
We
there.
just didn't know how long or how much, but we knew. I'm in your head, Kirk.
Oh my God, I just thought about how privileged that family is, and them trying to get like a school or a residence, just like district in Atlanta, was probably the funniest thing to fucking watch. Oh my God. Think about that for a second. Think about that.
I am.
Okay, that family that you watched on quarterback
Yeah,
to Atlanta, like downtown Atlanta, just looking for a school.
they're one of the whitest families
Uh-huh.
in the history of white families.
Hello,
In the
sir.
21st
Do you know where I
century.
can find a?
Oh, Kirk. With his Skechers and his watch on. It's like his like not even like a nice watch. It's just like, like a sport watch that like won't
Yeah,
damage if he goes
classic
swimming or
dad
something.
watch. Yeah, 100%.
With his New Balance shoes on. Hey, sir.
Hey, what's going on?
Know where me and my fam can get some lunch down here? Kirk, go home. Go home. Order food.
Luke, thoughts?
Well, I mean, he raked in a contract. I mean, his agent's pretty good at what he does.
Very good.
Does he deserve that money? Probably not, but he got it, so you can't blame the guy for taking it.
I think that's actually perfectly said. All right, we got a couple things here. Back to thumbs up, thumbs down here. All right. Xavier McKinney, safety from the Giants, signed to the Green Bay Packers on a 4-year, $68 million deal. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs down. Luke, you're neutral. I need you to explain.
I don't know. I barely know who this guy is.
All right. Xavier McKinney. Tyler, why do you think it's bad? Do you think he's overpaid?
Overpaid. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
I'm not.
okay.
I don't think he's bad. I just think it's too much money.
I think this is good because they need secondary help, but I do think he's also overpaid. Once again,
I guess if I'm Luke, then I guess thumbs up and down. Good
Yeah.
player, too much money.
the Giants lost Saquon Barkley, and we'll get to where he signed in a minute, but Devin Singletary to the Giants. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Don't think of Saquon. Just think of Devin Singletary. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Neutral. I agree. I actually agree.
Because it doesn't fucking matter.
I think that whoever you put in that spot, they're
It's
just
irrelevant.
Yeah, they're just going to be a shadow to Saquon. But speaking of the man that we just mentioned, let's bring him up. Saquon Barkley is officially in Philadelphia Eagle. 3 years, $37 million to Saquon Barkley. He has gone to one of the division rivals, and, Tiki Barber's pissed. Luke's pissed. Tyler's pissed.
The Eagles.
People are pissed.
Why? I hate the Eagles. I've been backing you, Saquon, and this is how you do me? I've been trying to get you a fantasy ring for like 4 fucking years, and then you go to the Eagles?
Oh, he's got no words. Double thumbs down. Straight up no.
There was every
Saquon, man, I get it, but like,
There was
you're a
every year
bitch.
and Luke needed Blake Corum to come into the league. It is now. Because he's fucking done with Saquon.
Very done. I'm buying a Corum jersey. I'm moving on. We're getting a divorce.
Now, I think once they lost Swift, they were kind of in a spot where I was like, these motherfuckers, if they get Derrick Henry or if they get Saquon Barkley, they're still going to be a top contender.
Yeah, okay. We thought that the Ravens was a scary duo with Henry and Lamar.
This is just scary.
Now it's Hurts and Barkley, dog.
Hurts and Barkley is just as scary. I agree.
bro, Barkley pushing Hurts with the tush push with those big ass fucking
Just push him
thighs
with his
he
quads
has.
alone.
Bro, he could just squat down and throw him over the offensive line.
Fucking
It's not
Bro,
even gonna be
they
a push
can-
anymore. He's
they
gonna
can
throw
take-
him over.
They can take turns doing it. It's like, oh, you got the last push. I got this one.
They really could. They really could. Next we have is the Raiders signing quarterback Gardner Minshew on a 2-year deal. He will be competing with Aiden O'Connell for the starting position. Jimmy Garoppolo will not be in that contest because as of yesterday, Jimmy Garoppolo is now a Los Angeles Ram.
I shouldn't go first.
But you are.
Let you go first.
I mean, is there even much to be said? This guy's irrelevant now.
This guy's a bag of garbage, Luke.
He is. He was
The
only
fact
good.
that Jimmy G is suspended for 2 games for performance-enhancing drugs is the fucking funniest thing that has happened in the last year in the NFL. That is hilarious.
They didn't
And
have
now he's a Ram. He gets to back up
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like
I hope
he
Stafford gets injured and he gets to play.
he only looked decent because, he had the 49ers defense to help him. He is just dog water, to put it lightly.
To put it very
Well, Gardner
nicely.
Minshew to Vegas. He's a
Yes.
little bit better. He's a little less dog water. Now, I know Tyler isn't happy about when I said this yesterday, but this is honestly how I believe that the truth's going to stand. Aiden O'Connell is going to be the main man that keeps the starting job. If they don't draft a quarterback, you look at his numbers from last year for rookie numbers, they were not bad by any means necessary. They're actually decent numbers for a rookie. So I think they're going to keep this man Aiden O'Connell in a couple games and go from there, and then they might, take him out if he's sucking ass, put in Gardner. but I think he's going to get the green light to start this year. And I think that Tyler feels a little bit more towards it's going to be Gardner's team. So I want to know, do you still feel that way, or do you?
100%, dude.
Okay.
Wait till we get to preseason. Wait till Gardner Minshew wins the starting job, and you're looking over here like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Yeah, because one of them has experience, knows what he's doing. The other one was thrown into a ring of fire, had to figure things out, and sometimes things went his way because he had a stud wide
But throw that
receiver,
ring
and
of fire.
sometimes they didn't. So I think that when it comes to preseason, that it's going to be a battle for the position, and the head coach is going to make the decision. I don't think it's just going to get handed to one guy or the other guy, which is why I think there's a chance that this ends up being Gardner Minshew's team and he revives his career a little bit.
Yeah, but it always feels like he does really good. But like then again, like it feels like he does good, but then loses games.
Well, yeah, he was still surrounded by very little talent last year. He had, honestly, a Colts offense that was dead all year. That man was poking motherfuckers with a stick.
He's kicking a
Jonathan
dead
Taylor,
horse.
Yo, aren't you fucking good at football? Move. Do something. He wouldn't fucking do anything. Michael Pittman. Fucking do something. Wouldn't do nothing.
I
So,
don't
like,
know. I feel like Pittman did a lot last year.
Pittman did a lot to earn a bonus, but Pittman was also hurt for 7 games. So how much can you really do?
I mean, he was also that other receiver too. There's another one.
I
forgot
know his name, and god damn it, I'm so mad. He's got such a generic ass name too.
Because that's the reason why Travis traded Pittman in fantasy, because he was banking on the dude, and I cannot remember his name.
All right, I'm gonna get him because I'm gonna get mad. Colts
Don't-
wide receivers.
Don't get mad. Get glad.
It's not Josh Downs. It was Alec Pierce. That's who it was.
It might have been him.
Yeah. All right. Next piece of free agency that we have to get to is a pretty big deal. Now, for those of you who did not remember, there was a point in time where the Carolina Panthers had a quote-unquote big three. The only man who is left of that big three is now Brian Burns. He is officially now traded. So all 3 of those big 3 are gone. Brian Burns has been traded to the New York Giants on a 5-year, $150 million deal. He is now the highest paid defensive end in the league, and he was traded for a 2nd-round pick and a 5th-round pick.
Congratulations, Carolina Panthers. You officially have gotten fleeced for the 2nd time with a superstar level player. First, it was Christian McCaffrey. How many 1st-round picks did you get for that? You got 0. And then it's Brian Burns. 1 year ago, probably would have gotten at least 2 firsts. This year, you trade him. How many 1st-round picks do you get? 0. You've officially fumbled the bag twice. Congratulations.
Wait, I hate to be that guy, Tyler, but how many 1st-round picks did they get for Adam Thielen?
0.
How many 1st-round picks did they get for Cam Newton?
0.
Sounds like this team just doesn't know how to fucking make trades. Those are 4 superstar caliber players. Thank God Luke Kuechly retired when he did, because you probably would have traded him for a 5th-round pick. Like the fuck?
That's the most accurate statement you probably could have ever made about the Carolina Panthers.
Like, my
And no one can
God.
deny that.
They can't make a trade to save their life.
Maybe a 4th and a 6th.
We're gonna give you, the highest paid
for our
defensive league.
Brian Urlacher style
We'll take a second, and
linebacker.
we'll take a second, and you guys got a 4th on there? No, we can give you.
You guys got
5th.
any 7th-round
Done.
picks left in the bag?
It's like, can we get a 2nd and a 3rd? We don't have a 2nd and a 3rd, but we have a 2nd and a 5th. And he's like, done. Like, he thinks it's better or some shit.
He thinks he won.
Yeah. God, it makes me so mad. But right into it, immediately after, and by immediately after, I mean 20 seconds after, Austin Eckler was signed to the Washington Commanders on a 2-year, $11.43 million.
Mid-move.
Bro.
Mid-move. There's nothing here to help Austin Eckler. He's not going to have a great season. I feel bad for the guy.
I think it's less of let's talk about the Commanders here, and let's talk about the fact that everybody who was good on offense, whether your name is Mike Williams, whether your name is Keenan Allen, we'll get to you, whether your name is Austin Eckler, everybody's fucking leaving. That whole offense right now, I believe their best two offensive weapons are Jared Everett and Josh Palmer.
So does everybody hate Jim or something?
What is going on?
What's going on? Jim Harbaugh gets hired and all the good players leave.
So
what's happening?
Talk about Eckler to Washington, but I don't think that's going to matter. I think I want to talk about the fact that why is everyone leaving LA?
Luke, any initial opinions?
Jim's
Making
hitting the
room for
hard
Blake
reboot.
Corum?
Yes.
A reset.
Blake Corum, JJ. Yeah, he's just gonna draft all Michigan
JJ,
players.
they have Herbert.
This is currently where we stand, all right? Justin Herbert at quarterback, Gus Edwards at running back. Your top two wide receivers are Quentin Johnson and Josh Palmer, and then your other two threads are Will Dissly and Donald Parham. That's your offense. Against the Chiefs, I'm not going to say the Broncos, and the Raiders. So, Quentin Johnson
Good
is going
luck.
to catch football. They're in some serious trouble. They're in a pickle there, man.
I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know at all,
There's
but
only one man that can save that offense, because I will say I hate how perfectly this works out, because they are in desperate need of a certain position, and it may or may not be the running back position. And I swear if there's a Michigan man who gets drafted to that team because his fucking coach is the coach of this fucking team, and it does happen exactly like Luke's wet dreams alive. I swear to God. Just seems too good to be true. That it will happen. All right. No one gives a fuck. Sorry, Jacoby Brissett.
Go blue.
Just don't care. We have the Cincinnati Bengals trading. Well, first it was releasing, and then it was confirmed that it was trading running back Joe Mixon to the Houston Texans.
great move.
Officially Texan.
Great move by Houston. I love it. I think that they realized right away, hey, we're hitting this window early as fluff because our quarterback is a stud. And we're going to capitalize on that. We're going to give him some more pieces, and we're going to help him out. And this was a great move.
I agree. Couldn't have said anything more, honestly. Next piece of news that we have is we went past Derrick Henry. Drew Lock is a giant, if you want a little giggle.
It's just embarrassing.
Next piece of news that we have over on the defensive side is staying with the Texans, Danielle Hunter, who was honestly one
Danielle.
Danielle. Did I say Danielle? I'm so sorry.
You did. You
Danielle.
disrespected the
I
fuck out of this
knew that
man
it was
just now.
Danielle too, and I still just
Danielle.
I'm
Mm.
sorry. Danielle Hunter was honestly one of the highest guarded defensive players that was on free agency going into this year, and he is now a Houston Texan. 2-year deal, $49 million.
Texans are a problem, Dylan. Put him on the defense with Will Anderson. Here we go.
Yeah,
Texans are coming.
I would have to agree with you on that. Speaking of part 7 of let's just sign with our rivals, because that's just what we're doing this free agency. The Dolphins signed Bills safety Jordan Poyer to a 1-year deal, and for a team that was losing 2 offensive tackles and a defensive tackle, gaining a high-profile safety in Jordan Poyer is huge for Miami, especially losing. Who else did they lose at corner, Ty?
Howard?
Yes, thank you. So that's huge that you have a high-profile secondary player you can put in there. Luke, it's a minor W.
Dub. Lowercase dub.
I would agree with that. We have an actual play, a trade made by Carolina. That wasn't
lovely.
horrible because they just swapped people. Deontay Johnson and Dante Jackson have been pick swapped. Deontay Johnson is now a Carolina Panther, and Dante Jackson is now a Pittsburgh Steeler. Deontay Johnson has now just became wide receiver 1 in Carolina, whether you like it or not, because Adam Thielen is getting fucking old, man. How old is Adam Thielen?
Adam Thielen is 33 years old.
Adam Thielen don't need to be doing this shit at 33 years old, 34 going.
Adam Thielen's still gonna cook. Don't disrespect Adam
He
Thielen.
don't need to be wide receiver 1, though, is what I'm saying.
But he's gonna try to be. And you can't fault the man for trying.
I won't fault him for trying. But Deontay
Johnson will get injured week 2 anyways. And
I
he'll be
was just
back.
about to say, he is not reliable to be your fucking wide receiver.
He'll be
What?
back. He'll be back to wide receiver 1 by week 2.
Week 3.
Adam Thielen's fine.
All right, I want to start with you two on this one because I just have a feeling a rant's going to be coming by one of you. I just can't predict who it's going to be.
Okay.
The Eagles have signed defensive back C.J. Gardner-Johnson to a 3-year deal worth $33 million. Tyler, I know that your wheels are turning. I know that you got some type of rant that's cooking up in your head right now. Just tell the people what you're thinking.
I didn't wear my Lions sweatshirt on purpose today or anything. Honestly, bro, we don't fucking need you. We didn't need you all of last season. You fucking sold the bag against the 49ers. Fucking stupid ass. Your scheme ass thing was the dumbest fucking thing ever. It never worked. Not one time. And honestly, you just came here to take some money, try to get your career back in order by making a fool of yourself on social media. By the way, you're a shitty rapper. And honestly, I'm happy you're gone because Melon Famu, we're good. Hey, fuck you, Dylan. You asked for this. Melon Famu, good. Brian Branch, go. You, not necessary. We're fine.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not too rattled to this guy because I mean it was like the same shit when he left Philly. He just talked mad shit about the fans, and then went to other team just to talk more shit. And you know, I partially blame him for our misfortunes in the NFC Championship game because he was waving goodbye at halftime, and then just so happened a lot of unfortunate things happened after that.
God, man. He better stay cordial. This motherfucker better not beat us in some regular season game and be like, yeah, that's why I left y'all, motherfucker. I swear to God, bro. I'm not.
I hope when they play the Lions, Goff targets him specifically and only him and just cooks him.
Yeah, I agree. Not too specifically, because I don't need him picking us up and then we'll go on Twitter and say, that's why I left y'all bitch asses, and then I'll be mad.
Great risk comes great reward.
No, I don't want that risk. I'd rather
do
just
it.
play it safe and win the game, and then he loses, and then I talk my shit.
Weak.
Boom, 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 boom. Also, I've talked about how the Chargers were releasing Keenan Allen. Yeah, Mike Williams. I don't know if I mentioned that. He's also been released. Continuing on, we have Joe Flacco, comeback player of the year. He has signed a 1-year, $8 million deal with the Indianapolis Colts to back up Anthony Richardson.
Colts to win the division? Question mark.
I mean, I'm just happy.
Is Joe Flacco that dude?
I mean, Flacco is supposed to be sitting at home with no job this year, and after what he did last year, he's now making $8 million. So I'm fucking happy for him.
Shout out, Joe.
Next thing we have is not exactly a trade. It is still a signing, though, and it is an important one. The Detroit Lions signed an extended contracts with head coach Dan Campbell and GM Brad Holmes. This is huge for Detroit, for what they're building. Just taking out bias out of it for what they have built with these men. This contract extension is well deserved.
100%. While we're at it, let's get through every single other thing that the Lions did that you haven't talked about yet.
All the minor moves and all the minor deals. Well, they have one that was actually.
Well, they're not signing no major deals, so let's talk about what they did.
This is true. So we'll start off.
Because it's all part of the plan.
Yeah, we'll start off with the first thing that the Lions did, and that was the big trade with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they acquired cornerback Carlton Davis III for a 2024 third-round pick. Now, Carlton Davis is a high-profile cornerback. He is a cornerback number 2 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year in a very high defensive back room. So I think that you bring him over. We take a secondary that has 3 pieces now newly been acquired to this team, as we have 1 player that has left. And I think that it's just, there's no fucking way Cam Sutton stays at CB1, and that's all I care about. I love this trade, though. I think this is a great trade. Only for a third. Yeah. And then on top of that, sorry, I didn't know I was going all at once. We also have Amik Robertson. He is another cornerback that has been signed. He played for Vegas last year. Staying on the defensive side, a little bit more known here, Marcus Davenport, outside linebacker from the Minnesota Vikings. He is also on the Lions. And finally, rounding it out, we have DJ Reader, former Cincinnati Bengals, signing out the defensive line. I forget.
Can't say I don't like any of the moves. Brad Holmes cooks on these small deals, but he gets shit done. Okay, DJ Reader, huge. That solid seals the defensive line with Ali McNeil. Ali McNeil went on Twitter to say it's finna get ugly, and I love that. The defensive line looks good. Defensive backs look good. Our safeties, even without CJ, we look perfectly fine out there, and I love what's happening right now.
Yeah. We got a couple more here. Just a couple more. Sam Howell has been traded from the Washington Commanders. Yes, Sam Howell, the same man who led the league in passing yards last year. He is now a backup quarterback to the Seattle Seahawks. He's backing up Geno right now. But here's what I think is going to happen. I think he's going to win that starting spot.
Bro, I was about to say something.
I was going to say, there's no way. They currently have him coming in to back up Geno, right? But to me, there's no way this season ends with him not being the starting quarterback, right?
I think at some point in time, he takes the job over.
That's what I think. I think there's no way.
It might not be in the beginning, but at some point in time,
you have somebody
who's going to get an opportunity.
Led the league in passing yards, and now you're giving him DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and who's that fucking rookie that went off? I can't remember his name, but you're giving him a high-profile offense. Let him cook. He doesn't just have Scary Terry, and that's it. So I do think it would be fun if you just let him cook.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yes, that's who it was. Thank you.
Yeah.
Moving on, we have no. Devin White, 1-year deal. I don't give a shit. You're just going ring chasing is what you're doing. Here we go. This one kind of hurt me. I'm going to be honest because I wasn't ready for it. Chicago Bears traded for Keenan Allen. The Bears traded a 4th-round pick for Keenan Allen. I'm going to say it again. They traded one singular 4th-round pick for a man that in not 1 game, not 2 games, but 3 games last year had more than 45 fantasy points in a game. Mr. PPR himself. I'm just gonna start screaming, and I don't want to scream.
Chargers got fleeced.
So
Chargers
I'm gonna
got
say this.
fleeced.
What the fuck are y'all doing? Y'all got fleeced like idiots, man.
Bears are scary. Chargers got fleeced.
Yeah. They pulled your pants down and smacked you guys on the ass, and now everyone is just standing and pointing and laughing. Like the Simpsons, talking about some ha 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 ha. That's what they're doing right now to fucking the Chargers, bro. This is ridiculous.
Bro,
we have no offense.
while
and we know that you have no offense, and you really desperately need something to get back. We'll take him. We'll give you a 4th round pick.
a steal, a complete steal, bro. The 2024 Chicago Bears potential playmakers, either Caleb Williams or Justin Fields, DeAndre Swift, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet.
Yeah,
That's a lot of weapons.
For a 4th. Luke, do you have any comment on this? For a 4th is diabolical.
I think a lot of it had to do with this contract, but I mean, still doesn't look that good.
I said in the group chat, this shit wouldn't go through on Madden. They wouldn't let you send this through on Madden. If you send it through, it would not only say decline, but your fucking bar would be on red. They wouldn't even think about accepting it. Oh God. Well,
I mean, whatever.
yeah, let's keep moving.
Whatever. What are you gonna do? LA's making mistakes.
This is actually big news, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm not lying. The Kansas City Chiefs signed a wide receiver that can catch. Pretty big deal. Marquise Hollywood Brown has been signed to a 1-year deal. There's 2 things that I find about this hilarious, and there's 2 things that tells me this is going to be a good signing. 1, Andy Reid is the man who's texting you to lock in the deal over text message saying, hey, man, there's only one thing you got to be thinking of, and that's red diamonds, baby. Coach Reid. And he's like, yeah, you know I am. Goes immediately after signing onto stream, okay? Travis Kelce pops onto the stream, gives him like a little what up. And Kelce, and the second he sees Kelce, he plays swag surfing on the stream. He brings his red lights down, and this motherfucker is having a full party in his room because I think he's realizing what most people are realizing. There's a good chance he becomes a Super Bowl champion. He's sitting here, and it's so funny because the comments on the live stream while he is just in his fucking room, just, yeah, I'm a chief, I'm a body, yachty, and everyone's just looking at him just like, God, like, they're so happy for this man because, you know, in his mind, he's like, I'm winning it all. We're three-peating. Like, Kelce said we're three-peating.
Hey, no doubt.
Mahomes said we're three-peating. Why would they lie?
We must be three-peating.
Yeah, they wouldn't fucking lie. So honestly, I was happy for him. I thought that was really cool. Going from Arizona to Kansas City, man.
Good for you.
From the outhouse to the penthouse. And we have one more piece of news in the NFL, and that officially closes out free agency so far. And this wasn't even free agency news. Aaron Donald has officially announced his retirement from the NFL after 10 seasons. A lot of people thought he was going to call it quits after the Super Bowl, and in my opinion, he should have. But he decided to wait an extra year, and, 2 years actually, and now he has officially announced his retirement. So, I think Aaron Donald, I just want to say this. He's a great player, but let's not act like this motherfucker didn't just decide to keep playing because he knew the bonus he was going to get after winning that Super Bowl. Let's not fucking play. He could have retired and then said, wait a minute, what's that Super Bowl bonus going to be? Highest paid in the league by how much? All right.
I mean, Would you do anything different?
No. We just gotta call it for what it is, though. Just gotta.
That
call
is
it.
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said he should have stopped playing, but he was still one of the most dominant defensive players in the league. So like clearly he shouldn't stop playing. He got his money and he said, "I'm out." At least he was more respectable to the Rams organization than Cabrera was on his way out, taking all that money. Regardless,
He only played 10 years. That's some Barry Sanders shit.
yeah, but he was
Whoa.
goated.
Sorry.
That's not some Barry Sanders shit. All right, but that wraps up NFL free agency. So we will get into the UFC. We have a Sharps fighter fighting on the UFC card tonight. Brian Battle. You already know the boys are riding.
The Ultimate
but
Fighter
we have,
champion. I'll say it every time you bring it up. People just keep it.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just in case anyone forgot. But we have UFC coming up next, and we'll be right back.
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tail your friends' bets with one click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharp securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more, so you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.
Well, what a UFC pay-per-view we had last Saturday. UFC 299 was an absolute banger. Start that shit off. We had Macy Barber beat the shit out of Caitlin for a 3-round decision win. But to move on to the main card, Peter Yan beat Song Yadong in a 3-round decision. Jack Della Maddalena.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa. This was a really good fight. We're not just going to skip right past it, man. These two went at it.
I know. I mean, I'm not trying to take too long on these fights. I mean, we just did an hour of football.
You didn't say anything. You didn't say it was good. You didn't say it was bad. You didn't say that people.
Okay, it was a good fight. You happy?
Yes.
All right. Well, Gilbert Burns was on his way to beat Jack Della Maddalena, but then Jack was like, hold up, I need to win the fight, and just absolutely rocks Gilbert Burns and takes him down in the final 2 minutes of the fight. Whatever was left, he somehow pulled it out and dub on that one and got the KO/TKO victory.
We love it, baby. Della's got all the momentum, man. He just keeps rolling.
Yeah.
And also, you were wrong. You told me this man was overhyped. But
I did
after
not
I
say
saw
he
his
was.
entrance, I knew.
Go back and watch the last pod. I did not tell you he was overhyped.
I said, I got a feeling that people are saying he's overhyped, but he's going to be one of those guys who's going to be.
You said he
You
was.
disagreed with me. You were like, no, I don't. And that's why I'm going to take Kevin Holland. You might not have said those words exactly, but you disagreed with me. So that's why I was like,
Which fight are you talking about? I didn't even mention
I'm
the
talking
next
about
fight.
Michael Venom Page.
I know, but I didn't even like say that fight yet.
Oh, well, I thought that's what the next fight was. I'm so sorry.
It is, but then like you're
Now I'm
talking about a
confused.
guy that I didn't even mention yet.
I
Do you
think owe me an
understand?
apology from last podcast. When
I
you
said
were
I never said that he wasn't like that he was overhyped or anything. I just said this was going to be a good fight, but I love Kevin Holland because he's fun, and I'll always take Kevin Holland no matter what fight because he's a fun fighter to watch. That is what I said.
I don't think he was more fun than Venom, though.
No one's
Venom
more
came
fun
out
than
on
Kevin
some
Holland.
Undertaker shit.
I will stick by it. No one's more fun to watch the fight than Kevin Holland.
He wasn't that fun last fight when Venom was beating the shit out of him and then hitting him with the Ali 1-2. He was getting a little pissed. Kevin Holland was like, come on, stop moving around and just fight me, man. You
Yeah.
can't hit him.
No, he was kind of low running a little bit. But,
He was too quick for him.
He was running a bit. He was
After
kinda,
he won the fight, in the third.
yeah, that's a weak-minded mentality.
He
Keep
wanted to put on
throwing.
a show, and he had the most entertaining. Well, no, he didn't. Poirier had the most entertaining knockout, but he had the most entertaining fight that wasn't a knockout.
Then for the co-main event, Dustin Poirier knocks out Benoit Saint Denis. Pretty spectacular fashion. Absolutely, just they're kind of throwing at it, and then Poirier hit him with a hook, and it was close to being lights out.
I don't like this. I feel like Dustin Poirier is one of those fighters that will fight like he'll be one of those guys where he'll just continuously earn title fights and then lose the title fights, and I'm just gonna keep getting mad at him.
I told you, it irked me to pick him, but it wasn't a title fight, so he was probably gonna win.
And it's like you're
didn't
just
want-
earning these title fights to lose.
I didn't want it, but he's always just gonna win all these fights that aren't title fights and then lose the title fight every damn time.
I fucking hate that. I fucking hate that so much.
But Sugar Sean O'Malley put on a clinic in the main event on Marlon Vera, avenged his only loss in the UFC
beat
in
the shit out of him.
spectacular fashion, won in a 5-round decision, and beat the living piss out of him.
I am shocked he did not win by knockout on that fucking knee. That chin
dude
on Cheeto is insane.
The noise it made, the recoil from Vera's head when it snapped back after it connected. How was that man still conscious?
No,
I don't know.
idea. No other
But,
fighter.
I'm
sorry, bro. No other fighter.
I don't understand how he wasn't knocked out, and that sucks for Ty because he was cashing in on a KO, and Marlon Vera just ate that knee like it didn't even happen. But his face looked like he got hit by 10 different trucks, a train, maybe a helicopter. It got hit by a lot.
Okay, I've seen something on Twitter, and I wanted to bring this up to you because I feel like you're the perfect person to ask. I've seen people on Twitter in a huge argument about should people that aren't top of the rankings for title contenders get championship matches just because of situations like this, just because of situations of I beat them once in the past or I have beef with this guy. Because there's a lot of people I've seen online who are like, stop giving people that don't deserve title matches just because of beef or because he beat him 10 years ago. And I want to know how you stand on that. Do you think they should?
Yeah, it's nice there, but then, there's a lot of times where it's like a lot of the same guys are the top contenders. And so then it's either you're more so seeing the same fights over and over because the person who just lost the title fight is just staying as one of the top contenders. It's nice to get new things in there. And I'm sorry, that fight was happening regardless.
Yeah.
Because O'Malley wanted to avenge his only loss.
Correct.
You don't want to just give it away, but also at the same time, you want a good fight, and the UFC is in charge of that. But the champion won the belt; he deserves to have a say in who he wants to fight next. O'Malley already called out Merab, and that's probably going to be his next.
No, he called out Topuria. And then he said,
he called out there
if I have to, but he wants Topuria.
He recently called out Merab on Twitter.
I think
so. That's probably going to be.
Bro, okay, I'm so sorry to cut you off. Dana was talking about making that fight. Ilya and O'Malley, he was like, that would be one of the biggest bantamweight fights ever. So
it'd be close to it. They're absolutely
about it.
It would be an insane fight.
Insane.
Of course. Why would he not think about it?
I just didn't think he was. I thought he was gonna laugh it off, but I was like, "Oh shit!"
The real thing is that more people are talking about, not about who's getting the title fights in the division. Is how long or how many title defenses you should have before you're allowed to get the super fight, the double belt fight.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you should have to defend your belt at least 2 to 3 times.
I would say 3
before you're allowed to really move up a division to get that super fight.
Yeah.
To put champ versus champ, there has to be multiple title defenses. Otherwise, it just constantly holds up the division. But at the same time, I wouldn't mind that fight. But Merab is next, and it's actually funny because someone, what was it? Someone said something about this being like the Walmart version of Conor Khabib between O'Malley and
Jesus.
Merab. It was so funny. But
with that, we have a UFC
fight night tonight. Main card starts at 7 p.m. And we're only going to mention 2 fights. We got the co-main, one of our Sharps boys.
Yes, sir.
He's on the app. He fights in the UFC. Brian Battle is going against Angelosa. And you know what? We're throwing the bank account on Brian Battle. He is a heavy favorite. But, you know,
no buts. Just
you didn't even know what I was gonna say.
Riding heavy on Battle. He has continuously gone into the octagon and murks every single person he's walked in there with. He's a heavy favorite tonight. It will be no different. If you want easy money, bet Brian Battle.
I mean, yeah. I was really just gonna say, but throw on him for submission. Choke this motherfucker out, because from what I've seen, he's a heavy favorite. So you wouldn't be winning much money if you throw on just his money line.
This is true.
You could even throw on the points if you really want to. But Brian Battle's going to win this fight. He's going to win in spectacular fashion. We're backing our boy, and you know he's going to get this dub for the Sharps. And then for the main event fight, we have Tai Tuivasa. He's back. He's going against Martin Tibura, which, you know, I don't care who he fights. This is another fun fighter. Tai Tuivasa is going to go in there swinging, not caring about his chin. He either connects or he gets connected on. That is what you love to see in a heavyweight. That's
my problem with him right now is he's been getting connected on a lot more than he's been connecting.
Yeah, but on his rise, he was connecting a lot more. It's just, you know, that's the way it goes, the way he fights, and that's just the way it goes in the heavyweight division. You either connect or you get connected on. And 99% of the time, when the connection happens, you're knocked the fuck out. That's why I love the heavyweight division. But anywho, Tai Tuivasa is taking that dub. Pair that up with a Brian Battle submission, because Brian Battle's a dog, Tai Tuivasa's a dog. Fuck both their opponents. And yeah, that's the UFC.
I think that, you want me to be completely honest?
Yeah.
Last time
Get to the garbage a must. Speak on the top of my brother's blood. None of these niggas can trust. You cannot question, you know what it was. But what you doing for us? These niggas back 'cause I'm putting in work. Like I speak fluent in Rush. Did you catch that?
Well, it is Puck Luck Picks time. And we got 2 big bangers, and then we got a wild card banger.
Let's get after it.
Yeah, let's get it. Game number 1. This is happening tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. We have the Carolina Hurricanes headed up to Toronto to play the Maple Leafs. The Hurricanes are 18-11-2 on the road, and the Leafs are 18-12-2 at home. Over/under set at 6. The last 10 is 6-3-1 for the Canes and 7-3-0 for the Leafs. And the Canes lead the series 1-0.
I'm taking the Leafs. Give me the Leafs at home. I don't know why. I'm just gonna do it.
I'm a Red Wings fan, and as a Red Wings fan, I don't like Toronto, and I like the Canes. So give me Carolina.
Yeah, you know, this is hard to pick. Like oh man, I don't know what to do.
We knew what to do. Figure it
I
out.
was gonna say you're the one that made the game, and we fucking did it pretty quickly.
Well, you did your pick out of spite.
True. He did.
I'm a Red Wings fan. Leave me alone.
I mean, I might just have to back the Leafs on this one.
Ew.
They're the home team. I don't know. It's a tough one. I don't trust going on the over-under because this could easily be the under. But they also have high-scoring offenses, and this could easily be the over. Everything's an absolute coin flip on this game, and it's tough. I'm just going to take them to tie the series at 1 apiece.
That's exactly right.
Game number 2, we have the Winnipeg Jets headed over.
Can I change? Can I change?
It's already we already moved on to game number 2, buddy. It's locked.
No, I'm with 98% of the public bet. Fucking kill me now. Actually,
The Winnipeg Jets are headed over to New York to play the Rangers Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. The Jets are 19-10-3 on the road, and the Rangers are 23-8-0 at home. The over-under is probably going to be 6. It's not set yet. I'll update it when there, but it's most likely going to be 6. The last 10 is 6-4-0 for the Jets and 6-3-1 for the Rangers, and the Rangers lead the series 1-0.
I'm gonna take the Rangers.
show me the odds.
There are no odds.
I'm doing over under.
This is Tuesday.
Fuck this. Over.
I'm taking the Jets.
Solid.
98% of the public fucking bet, bro. That shit is so. I'm actually so mad right now.
I think you worry about that way too much. Anywho,
If you understand.
game number 3. This is going to be a wild card matchup. 2 teams going neck and neck. One's in a drought. One's kind of waking up a bit, and the only reason they're in the spot is because this team's in the drought. But by the time this game happens, there is a main factor that should be in play. Larkin has been skating. He might be back by this game starts, and if that happens, we have the New York Islanders coming over to Detroit to play the Detroit Red Wings Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. The Islanders are 19-10-4 on. Actually, I didn't update these home and away records. So
It doesn't matter.
It
It doesn't matter.
Islanders.
It
It
really
doesn't matter. It's a wild card matchup.
Islanders.
The over/under is probably going to be set at 6.5.
Islanders.
The last 10, which probably is going to be irrelevant by the time this happens, is 6-4-0 for the Islanders and 3-7-0 for the Wings.
Islanders.
And that series is tied 1-1.
Islanders. You can say whatever the hell you want. The priority patch, it's real, okay? You put a piece of garbage on the jersey, and we play like shit. We play like garbage. We've been playing like garbage. If you were to tell me 2 weeks ago this was a team that was absolutely cooking through the league, I would have told you you're fucking crazy, and it's not true. Because we're playing like dog shit right now. Islanders, easy money. And I hate to say it, but we're playing horrible.
Give me the Wings. I haven't been to a game since we won. Actually, I haven't been to a game since that week. I went to a bunch of games, but I'm going to the Islanders game. And you know what? We need a win. We're getting a win. Give me the Wings.
Yeah, I think the Wings fans need to stop bitching and moaning about the patch. It's not the patch. It's a team thing. It is not. We're missing our captain, and for some reason we forget how to play hockey when Larkin doesn't play. It happened the last time he was hurt. We played like absolute dog water, and the last time we went through a slump is when Larkin was hurt.
Yeah, we were 2-7 with Larkin injured before he got injured again.
And that was without the patch.
Yeah, but what about when Larkin was not injured and we went on that 4-game win streak without him, and then we put the patch on, and now we've lost, 6 straight? That was all without Larkin.
He hasn't played with the patch on. Anywho, the patch is irrelevant. It's a matter of the Wings will. I am picking the Red Wings to win Larkin will be back. They're going to be amped up. He's going to get their head screwed on tight, pull them out of their ass. He's going to get them back on track because this team is searching for someone to be the hero and no one's stepping up. But Larkin will be that guy.
I know who's going to be the
Williams.
hero. The owner, when he says, actually, I made a mistake. We're going to rip that patch off and we're going to keep him. We're going to go back to what it was.
That is a sad excuse to
that's
blame
who
the
needs to
patch
step up.
for the piss poor team play.
Whether you like it or not, Luke, it aligns. It does align.
They do go hand in hand with
They
each
do
other.
align perfectly with playing good hockey.
All we had to do was
Not
win the first
player-wise.
game. We put the patch on. If you won the first game, you put the patch on. Then there wouldn't be any patch curse. But because they lined it
We're
up
rolling.
perfectly with their losing streak, it's
And
just
then we
it's just
started losing.
you're allowed to make the assumption that Dylan's making, but you can't put it all on that assumption.
No, but I will drive that narrative because it's fun.
It is definitely
it's
fun.
a more fun
It's a fun
than just
narrative.
saying, we don't have a captain. we have a garbage on our fucking unis.
It just doesn't help. It just doesn't help anything. That's for sure.
It
Puck
makes-
luck.
No, I'm just completely sick of the Wings fans blaming the patch for our piss poor play because that is irrelevant to how shitty the Wings are playing.
Well, let me ask you something, Luke. If you see something really good, they're winning, they're buzzing, they're rolling, right? Do you touch it? Do you change it? Do you fuck with any of it? No. Why? Why would you change it? Like, why?
It's
would
not
you...
like the patch.
I also
puts
feel like
enough weight
hockey is
on the-
one of the most superstitious games out there.
Yes, 100%.
Like when it comes to sports and superstitions and stuff, I think hockey players are the craziest with all their superstitions. Stick's
That
got
is
to be in the
true,
right
but-
spot before pregame, like all the pregame shit. Like
That is
you don't
true.
change it.
But I highly doubt that the patch is the one thing that they're superstitious about
No.
in the locker room.
I am
No,
not
but
saying
it's just the only thing that
patch is the
changed.
reason. I'm just saying it aligns too well.
I think
hate
they're too worried about the last time Larkin got hurt, and then they're like, "Oh no."
Hey, if Larkin comes back,
You're,
we see a
look,
hat
the
trick.
thing
We
is,
win
here's
7-1.
the thing. Everyone's
right.
right.
Yeah.
Luke, the only part that isn't right is when Luke says it's irrelevant because it's only relevant because they made it relevant.
It's a piss
Bad
poor
timing.
excuse for their play.
It's a very
I
bad
wonder if
excuse.
They know, I wonder if
but it is
it's
relevant.
in the locker room. Like,
I hope not.
I really.
I would imagine it's not.
that thing.
But we'll move on.
I don't like the way the flow of these basketball picks are going. Because back-to-back games, it is going to be split 2-2.
You know, I'm gonna take John and them boys.
Fuck Dylan for taking my pick because I was going to take the Bulls because now
Give me the Nets.
Fuck me, we all said the Bulls.
You started it.
Dog, I didn't say that.
I
You
was
said they
saying
weren't gonna
under my
ride.
breath, take the Nets, take the Nets, take the Nets. I want the Bulls. Give me the Bulls. And you took the Bulls. So I'm like, fuck this fucking guy. Who does this guy think he is?
Okay, Downtown Cash game number 1. 8:30 p.m. today on ABC. Two of the best players in the NBA going one-on-one. Stephen Curry versus LeBron James, a.k.a. the Golden State Warriors versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers minus 2 points at home is the spread.
I can't not do it, Dylan. I'm sorry I have to do it. Warriors.
I mean, it is me versus you here, so I
I
understand.
have to do it. There's no reason not to.
Well, I'm going to take the Lakers. Luke?
Over.
Yes.
Smart man. Very smart man. Next game, same night, 10 o'clock p.m. We got the New York Knicks going to Sacramento to take on the Kings. The Knicks are 39-27. The Kings are 38-27. And the spread is Kings minus 4.
Over under is
217.5.
give me the over.
taking the Kings.
I'm also leaning Kings. I'll lock that in. I'll take Kings -4 with you as well. Game number 3. You know what? I'm going to let you pick, Luke. No, you're biased. Tyler, I'm going to let you pick.
Suns and Bucks, baby! Suns and
Would
Bucks!
you rather do Suns and Bucks, or would you rather do Denver and Dallas?
1 p.m. Suns and Bucks. Give me the Suns.
All right. Suns, Bucks, 1 o'clock p.m. Luke, we already know who you're fucking taking.
It's getting bright in here. I'm starting to get a tan.
Dylan.
There's no light coming in through there.
No sun.
I'm actually. Fuck. I do have some fucking sun, so I gotta be the one to fucking do this now. God damn it. Give me Phoenix.
All right. Yeah, give me a Phoenix sweep.
There, Luke. Hope they complete your fucking day. Here's your Phoenix sweep, and those are the downtown cash picks. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to add before we close out this hour-and-a-half pod?
Yeah, I went to the Wings game the other day.
Yeah, weren't you wearing a Arizona Coyotes jersey and cheering for them the entire game and rooting against the city of Detroit?
My Keller jersey. And the Keller jersey is 1-0, baby. Let's fucking go. And I hit my bet 25 for 300. It was juicy. It hit because Keller got the empty net goal to get his last shot on net before he got off for the rest of the game. And I got a lot of compliments on that jersey from Wings fans at the game.
I'd be so mad if I complimented somebody's jersey and then they fucking beat me later.
It's just great because every time I go as like a Tampa fan or a Yotes fan, they're undefeated. I always see a win. I see a dub.
So what I'm hearing is that you love preying on our downfall.
No, I just love when I go to the first game ever that I can see the Yotes live in person. I'm not gonna not wear.
That was your first ever live Coyotes game?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I never knew that. I always just figured that you went to one when you were in Arizona.
My guy, I didn't have the money to go.
Yeah, they didn't play at a college stadium when you were there. That would have been clutch, wouldn't it? They played at the Mullet when you were there. Probably would have been able to go.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, the tickets still would probably be still pricey because there's not that many seats.
It'd just be a lot more manageable.
Also didn't help I had hockey every single day, but
yeah, that's true. All right. So we gave you an hour and a half. You knew this was going to happen when you saw all the free agency that was going on in the world. So I'm just happy that we were able to get this shit done in the time frame that we did before 1 p.m. Thank you guys for watching the podcast. If you missed some parts of the pod, or you want to go back and you want to check something else out again, you can do that over on the socials. You can check us out at Sharp Sports Network. That is just Sharp Network over on YouTube, over on Instagram, over on X, over on Twitch. To follow us there, you can like our stuff, and you can make sure that if there's anything that, like I said, you want to go back and rewatch or go back and check out, you can do so there. If you want to know the next time you'll see us, that will be same time next week, this Saturday coming up. All 4 of the boys should be here, and hopefully we will have a little bit less take up a pod. I am McDilly. I appreciate you. We will see you guys next week. Have a good one. Peace.
Sports bettors, you need to download Sharps, the better social network. With Sharps mobile app, you can tailor your friends' bets with 1 click. See a bet you like? Just click the whale tail icon and boom, it will open in your corresponding sportsbook. Sharp securely connects to major sportsbooks like FanDuel, MGM, Caesars, and more, so you can not only track your bets, but share your bets in creative ways. So gather the degens, download Sharps for free, and join our fast-growing sports betting community.
Tyler, end it. Oh, you're still alive, buddy. That's why I was gonna say you.
UFC Vegas 88 future champ fighting Ange Lusa, or as he's soon to be known, Ange Loser.
That's one of those jokes that is been abused a little. Good champ. He's been getting picked on for his last name.
What are your thoughts going into the fight? How are you feeling?
Just such a tough dude. So technically sound. So fast and explosive. You know, he hasn't been finished. Fortunately, I'm in the best shape of my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking because I've been more technically proficient than I've ever been. So I get to go out there against a quality opponent and put on a spectacular performance.
Well, we got you last night back at minus 185 on BetMGM. Also, the majority of the money is on you. So knowing that, does that add extra pressure?
It's just something that comes with the champ. I mean, I do get people on my Instagram, hey, you know, I'm betting this on you, I'm betting this on you. I'm just going to focus on doing what I do, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people who are smart enough to bet on me will make some money.
Wait in the water.
500 for the sub and plus 500 for the knockout.
Definitely looking for the finish. Always looking for the finish. You know, fighting the guy. Being the first person to finish is always a little bit sweet. To a boxer, man. So I was kind of go. I'm honored.
Can we expect to see some plays from you in the Sharps app?
Not UFC plays, but you're going to see some plays from the Sharps app. We're all going to make some money. So,
UFC Vegas 88.
There you have it, folks. Have a good one. Bet on UFC tonight. Brian Battle getting that motherfucking finish. Good afternoon.